They said it in low voices at first, the way people do when they think doubt is safer than insult. They said it in the barracks corridors, in the transport trucks, in the corners of the training yard where boots scraped gravel and reputations were made or broken. She couldn't defeat him, not the SEAL leader, not the man whose name carried weight like a loaded rifle, whose presence alone could quiet a room full of hardened troops. She heard it all, every word, every half-smile, every sideways glance, and she let it pass through her like wind through steel, leaving no mark. She had earned her place the long way, no shortcuts, no favors, no legends handed down before she arrived. She trained before dawn and after dark, when the base lights hummed and the air smelled of oil and salt. Her hands were scarred, her shoulders permanently knotted with tension, and her mind was a locked vault of discipline. Where others relied on size or intimidation, she relied on precision. Every movement had purpose, every breath had timing. She had learned early that strength was loud, but control was devastating. The challenge didn't come with drama at first. It was framed as a demonstration, a morale exercise, a controlled sparring match meant to entertain and inspire. 100 troops gathered in a wide circle on the packed dirt, their chatter buzzing like static. Helmets were tucked under arms, rifles leaned against crates. The SEAL leader stepped into the ring with the confidence of a man who had never doubted the outcome of anything in his life. He was taller, broader, a wall of muscle wrapped in calm authority. He nodded to her once, not unkindly, but without concern. She met his eyes and saw something flicker there. Curiosity, maybe amusement. He expected a lesson, not a loss. The signal was given, sharp and final, and the circle fell silent. The first exchange was cautious. He tested her with measured strikes, the kind meant to assess, not destroy. She moved like water, slipping just out of reach, redirecting force instead of meeting it. A murmur rippled through the crowd. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. He increased the pressure, footwork tightening, blows coming faster. She absorbed the rhythm, memorized it, and waited. Her counter came sudden and clean, a pivot, a step inside his guard, a strike that landed not with brute force, but surgical accuracy. He grunted, surprised, and the sound alone sent a shock through the onlookers. He reset, jaw tightening now, pride entering the fight. The tone changed. This was no longer a demonstration. The dust rose around their boots as he advanced, power rolling off him in waves. He tried to corner her, to overwhelm her with size and reach. She let him think he was succeeding. She gave ground, just enough to feed his confidence, just enough to draw him forward. Every retreat was calculated, every angle chosen. Her breathing stayed steady while his grew heavier. Then she struck again, faster this time, chaining movements together in a blur that left no space for recovery. An elbow slipped past his defense, a knee followed, sharp and perfectly placed. He staggered, eyes widening, and the crowd inhaled as one. No one spoke, no one dared blink. He roared and charged, abandoning restraint. It was the moment she had been waiting for. As he committed fully, she shifted her weight, stepped offline, and drove her shoulder into his center with explosive force. Her arm wrapped, twisted, leveraged every ounce of momentum he'd given her. There was a sickening crack, not loud but unmistakable, like dry wood snapping under pressure. The SEAL leader hit the ground hard, the impact sending dust pluming into the air. He lay there, stunned, breath knocked from him, pain finally breaking through the armor of experience and ego. Medics rushed forward, but halted at her raised hand. She knelt beside him, her expression focused, not triumphant, checking his breathing, his responsiveness. When he nodded, strained but clear, she stood and stepped back. Silence held the yard for a long heartbeat. Then someone exhaled. Someone else whispered her name. The sound grew, layered, until it became a roar of disbelief and awe. 100 troops who had come expecting spectacle had witnessed history instead. Later, long after the dust settled and the injured leader was carried away with cracked ribs and a shaken legend, the stories began to spread. They grew, as stories do, shaped by awe and exaggeration, but the truth remained powerful enough on its own. She hadn't won because she was stronger. She won because she was smarter, calmer, and utterly unwilling to be defined by anyone else's expectations. That night, she returned to training. No audience, no applause, just the quiet rhythm of effort and breath under the stars. Tomorrow they would talk differently. Tomorrow doubt would choose another target, and she would still be there, sharpening herself in silence, ready for whatever came next. For more thrilling, emotional, and unforgettable stories, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and share with friends who love powerful twists.